Hi guys, it's Keith with Arkenberg Farms, and with the season progressing along nicely and the prop house is getting full, I already got my greenhouse planted out all the way. It's last week of March. Right now we're looking at temperatures around, well, it's almost 70 degrees out here. It's been cold and rainy all week, but like I said, since I'm running out of space, I'm going to show you how I built this rack here behind me that mounts on the side of the greenhouse. Now here's a view from the bottom. It's basically just brace bands, some end caps coming outwards, a diagonal going down, another brace band, 3 pieces of top rail going across. I left this long because I'm going to join another piece on here, go across to another 2, and I'll walk you through the steps of doing it. Now here are the materials you need to build one section. My bows in the greenhouse are 6 foot apart. So one section I only need 2 of the triangles. For the top piece, which would be my horizontal piece, I've got one piece 19.5 inches. The diagonal here is at 2 foot. Then I need 3 caps, which actually go on the end of top rail. 1 1 3/8 brace band, the associated nuts and bolts, and then I got 3 pieces of top rail that'll make up the shelf. Now this is my first piece, which is the horizontal, which is the top that the shelf actually mounts to. Put one end cap on facing downwards, that way it won't interfere with anything on top of it. Then I take one brace band, go back 1 1/4 inch, and I'll sink a screw through here and here. For this I'm just using self-tapping panhead screws. Here are the screws I'm using. As you can see, it's got a drill head on the top of it, in front of it, and the head's just a flat panhead. They're only about 1 inch long, so they won't go all the way through the top rail. Alright, there's my 2 horizontals done. Time for the diagonals. Now at the diagonals, I load the end pieces with one facing up and one facing down. That way when they're loaded on the rack and they're going up at an angle, they will self-tension themselves. I'll take a hammer, smack from both directions to get it good and tight, and I won't put any screws because it'll hold itself together when it's done. And there's both my diagonals complete. Now here's a setup for mounting it to the greenhouse itself. I have brace bands, top and bottom, that fit the diameter of the greenhouse uprights. Those will go on both sides of the end cap anchors. Over here, I will load this brace band that actually fits on the top rail, having both of those clips on one side and then the end cap on the other. From there, I'll mount them on the brace band to relatively the same height as what I'm working off of, and bring myself over. I can adjust them as I go when I level it out for final. Now with my supports temporarily in place, I put the top rail for the shelf on and mark it over the top and over the top. I'll take this measurement and transfer it to the other 2 and drill them through. I'll just drill straight through, and then I'll bore out a larger hole for the panhead screws to fit through. Now I drilled a 5/32 inch hole all the way through. That's what the thread size is on the screws I'm using, so it won't hang up when I drill into there. And I'll flip them all over and then drill my larger hole in the back to accept the panhead. which should be about a 1/2 inch. Now that I have the larger hole drilled through that's big enough to accept my pan head, so when I drive the screw through, it will not interfere with the top, I'll take a file and knock the burrs off. Now for my purposes, since I'm continuing on, I just slide my pole over the swedged end, go down to my next bracket, mark the middle. The back one will be flush back with this, and then the front one will be flush back with this, which should make it to where there's not too much sticking out, if any, at the end, kind of like down there. So I'll just drive one screw per hole. Now, since I keep all of my flats in trays and bottom water them during the spring and fall, I want to have this nice and level. So if this is my first support, I start here, make it level. Then I come across the back going to the next one and level it across here. It's pretty close. I'll have to make a little bit of adjustment. And to that, I will just adjust this top brace band up or down. From here, now I know it's level from here to here, I'll level across, which I'm pretty close, but it looks like I need to go down just a little bit. And to do that, I will just adjust the brace band down here on my diagonal. I will repeat this and work away across to my last brace. And there we are. Got the racking complete. Does about half of the greenhouse. I've still got plenty of room underneath it where I can still plant. All in all, came out pretty good. Total materials were about $80, $90, but not too terrible bad. Well, the sun's starting to set. Got the project done for today. So, hope you all like what you saw here today. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank y'all. Have a good day.